schools. Premont ISD officials are continuing to move forward in the search for a new superintendent.
That's right, that after interim superintendent.
The commissioner was faced with a decision as to whether or not to close Premont ISD, to close Premont ISD, to close Premont ISD.
The first week I was here, we received the order of closure.
There had been this disconnect between the community and the school district, and so I had no idea that the district was heading down the track it was.
I met with both commissioners, and at that time there was a transition between Commissioner Robert Scott and to Michael Williams. And I think Michael Williams was searching for alternatives to the closure decision.
Commissioner Williams began working with President Talent and Superintendent Singleton and came up with a unique plan to make sure that that doesn't happen.
We start the clock all over.
I didn't know anything about Texas A&M in Kingsville as far as administration. So I remember the day I walked into the president's office, and it brought back vivid memories of being on a college campus. And I was looking out the window, and students were scurrying back and forth to class. And all of a sudden I had somebody tap me on the shoulder, and I turned around, it was Dr. Talent. From that moment on, we had the most wonderful collaborative friendship.
We did not want to take over the school. We felt that for this alliance to work, that their school board had to have the power, their administration had to have the power to do what they thought was important and necessary. At the same time, we had to be able to have enough influence that we could help with the direction. And that's a delicate balance.
The ideas that came forth from his team that day, we just sat back as a district and thought, oh my goodness, if any of this could come to fruition, it would be a miracle, and it did.
We actually had planning meetings, and we planned out what later became our acronym that kind of drove the Alliance all these years, which is called LEAP. And LEAP stands for Learning Systems, Educational Environment, Assessment and Accountability, and then all the way to post-secondary preparation. So you see how that kind of drives the whole Alliance.
There was some financial support. The biggest part of that, the Alliance, was helping the district building teacher capacity. We had trouble with the scores coming up, and the university came in and helped fill that gap. It was just something that the district, we didn't have the staffing and we didn't have the experience to be able to do that. And the university stepped in and helped us.
The Alliance is just an unbelievable type of support that I've never had before. And they've demonstrated that not only through what they've traditionally done, but some of the things I've asked them to do, which is really stretch their comfort zone with early college, high school. They didn't hesitate when I asked for that.
I just looking from the outside, the glimpse of what's happening under Superintendent Van Maitre, I can tell you that he's come in there with a whole lot of great ideas, a whole lot of good ideas that have a lot of good planning.
Premont kids are like any other group of kids that I've been around. They want consistency, they want high expectations, they want affirmation when they do well. Premont community is no different than any other community I've been in. They want what's best for their children.
Your college going rate was about 7 or 8% to now it's being 70%.
And it was a beautiful thing to watch the whole Alliance unfold from just a thought that Commissioner Scott had to the actual document, to the tweaking of the document through the process, but building this model that not only helped us pull ourselves out and survive, but that could be used to help other districts.
I think it's been a huge success. Premont, it looks as if we'll meet standards for the third time in a row. nobody thought they would ever meet standards again. We got out of the ivory tower and we went over to where, as they say, the rubber hits the road, and we saw firsthand what it was like to work in that school, to work in that community, and we learned from that. Our professors learned from that, and in turn, our students learn from that. So it's been a resounding success in the fact that we're a better college of education now.
The morale is so much better. We see people's attitudes have changed. We seem more as a team. If someone needs help, we're there to help each other. We're in this for the children.
I'd have to say it gave us hope. It gave us something to hang on to, believe in. And as a result, we started believing in ourselves again.
This community will be forever indebted to Dr. Talent and A&M Kingsville for what they've done. They didn't have to do what they've done.
The university has done so many things for our kids. They've given scholarships, they've provided a tremendous amount of support that the district just wasn't in a position to give at the time. And it's been, I believe, the difference between the life or death of this district.
And it's building pride again, Premont pride.